Well, guys, not the usual intro because, well, this video is not, I don't know, oh, hey guys, is a little bit more upbeat. Well, this video is not really gonna have the usual attitude of my videos. I don't know how else to word it. It's not something exactly easy for really anybody, especially siblings, family, you know. I mean, just anybody. But today's the June 12th, and on the, what was it, the 8th, I believe? I've been really busy too the last week and a half, so, yeah, the 8th, I got a call saying Mom passed away. Which I've been expecting anyways for, you know, anytime next 10 years anyways. So it's like, so guys, remember 2 years ago, that's 2 years ago, she spent, what, like 2 months, like 2 full months in the hospital, where she was pretty much lucky to make it. Like, she was in a coma for 2 weeks, she had to learn to walk, talk, eat again, all that. And, before she had seen her doctor coming out of the hospital, right, I was like, I don't know if you're going to be able to survive another illness at all. Yay. Because, I mean, you barely survived this one. And the doctor pretty much told her that too. She's like, well, he was like, you're most likely not going to survive something severe next time. And she was 52, so she was young. That is, like, in terms of nowadays, technology, medicine, I'm getting comments on my YouTube channels getting distracted here. That's like middle age. I mean, that's you barely hit half living. But I know her immune system, after she started having kids, so she had 5 kids, pretty much just disappeared, fell off the planet. It just went away. And it got worse and worse with each kid. And then, she has some, well, I guess it doesn't really hurt her image now, but like in her 30s, her womanly parts quit on her, and they had to be removed from the cat. I don't know all the details about it. Still young, I just know, that's a lot of health issues where they eventually just got removed. And then, when she went into her 40s, I mean, and there was just a big old plummet in health just after that. There was like she aged considerably fast, especially after like the hospitalization. Like, for example, her lung, she was on oxygen for not coming out of that for 2 years straight. Her right lung never could fully inflate. It could only inflate about, I think it was like 40 to 50%. So that's the reason why she was on oxygen. But it now, and then when she came off oxygen, she had about 85% of it was usable. So I mean, they were like, okay, it seems like it can handle mostly what you need it to do. So they took her off oxygen. But like that hospital thing made her age considerably faster. Like I watched her whole face droop. Like, they quote the doctor, like her doctor, she may be 52 or 50 at this point, right? 50, 51, whatever. I don't remember what year it was, somewhere around that time, right? But she had a body like a 75-year-old. Like, and the thing that almost killed her the first time was pneumonia. And she also would get bronchitis, strep throat almost yearly. Like, it was either one or the other, and it was like at least once, sometimes twice. So it's not hitting me as hard this time because, like, when she was in the hospital, especially for 2 weeks, like, I was told you're gonna be lucky if she has like a 30% chance to make it just this first month. So prepare yourself. Like, so I grieved then. Like, could this hit me later? Sure. I don't know if it will. It might during times you get like, oh God, I miss Mom. It's like, but I don't think it's gonna hit me like it did last time. Because I'll be honest, I broke down when I got the phone call in Texas. I broke down. I'm not a person that usually cries. I'm not. And just even admitting that is me swallowing my pride, because I'm a very prideful person. I am. Because how I grew up, it's amazing where I am in my life considering how I grew up. And it's rare anybody else gets to hear me cry. And I was actually on the phone call at work trying to tell them, hey, I need to get home, and that's when I just lost it. Because also, and I mean, to be fair too, that was also a rough stretch. I mean, that, remember too, same time that cat almost died too, just back in February. So it went from February right into mom thing. So that was a pretty rough stretch on me. Because not only was I kind of like financially, this has been 21. Yeah, financially strapped too. I was pretty mentally drained. Between spending $7,400 on him, you know, not sure. I mean, he's a pet, sure, but it's like he's not a sibling family. But it's like you can't have a pet and not get really attached to it. You just can't. It's not a human, right? It's not a human. It's not like your parents, it's not your siblings. It's not the same bond, but it's still a bond that you still form. Especially if you watch my videos or even just know me, like I am very attached to this cat. But I got out of that. That took pretty much from start of February into first week of March. That's how long that took. And then here we are, start of April. Like I think it was like first 10 days of April. I don't remember exact dates, but I know it was April through May, and she came out like first week of June. And so I went from cat thing, had like a month, like rest in between, I guess to say pause, where I can kind of like thought I was like, okay, I can recollect myself and charge on through life to move into that. And then what I didn't tell you guys is I was only home for like 4 days because, you know, I still had bills to pay, and I was trying to recover from shithead over here, so it can cost me $7,400. So I can't do much if she's just in a hospital on life support, you know, comatose. Like on the power of attorney, they call me if they need things. That's what I was doing, making decisions that ended up affecting her chance of living, and she lived because of it. I don't think she would agree with all of them, because technically it was technically against her wishes. Like she didn't want to be on prolonged life support, but what is prolonged? I guess that's my decision. I didn't think 2 weeks was too long. Now if it was like months, yeah, I probably would have pulled it. Because she pretty much told me, I don't want people to suffer, and don't let me suffer. But then, like, I was only on for 4 days, got back on the road, and then, like, second or third week of her being home, my brother has a seizure, and I was like, can I just get a break? Like, it's like, I made a joke. I mean, because it's time. I'm a very humorful person. I find humor in everything, even the shitty situations, right? And I was like, I can't be gone for more than 5 minutes out. One of you two trying to kill yourselves. So that, I mean, that all stretched a lot of grieving in general. So I think that's why this period is so much easier. I don't even think easier is the right word, but easier. And now I know she was loved, and she felt loved, and I know she was happy. Part of the reason why she moved away from me, because I was taking care of her 3 years, right? Part of the reason why she moved out of my apartment had nothing to do with the health. Because her health hadn't really improved. She just wanted to be closer to some family down in Arizona. You know, her siblings, right? And have a chance of finding somebody to where she doesn't have to die alone. Like, that was a common complaint when she was to me. It's like, I'm 52, this isn't fair. I don't, nor is it fair to you for you to have to take care of me all your life. And I was like, no biggie, whatever, right? Like, I'm a big boy, I can speak up for myself. But I do get it. You're 52, right? That's young. Like, you don't... I gotta try to tell her, just focus on your health. Like, just focus on your health. Like, that's a lot of extra stress that will go on somebody else that may or not be able to handle that. But I'm a little bit different in my thinking, so, you know, I understood her reasonings, even if I didn't necessarily agree with it. Now, there were some other, like, benefits of going to Arizona. For example, I know she was always in pain, so, like, being in Wyoming, it's always cold, windy, you know, higher elevation, too, when you have diminished lungs, and the breath is already thin on this guy. This guy just pulled in next to me in park. We did 12 under. I'm in Jubitz, right? Over here in Jubitz. I already seen homeless people. So, did 12 under the speed limit for like 4 miles. But I was like, I don't want to get in the left lane, try to get in front of him, knowing it might like speed up. So I just stayed behind him. And then he like puts no turn signal on, slams on the brakes. What was it, 99, 30, whatever that street is, right? They hit that turn, for those who know. And I'm over here heavy, right? I mean, I'm not too heavy, but like 32,000 pounds. And I'm braking for me, not him, because I don't know what he's doing, right? I mean, to be fair, I should have assumed he was going in there. But no turn signal. I mean, he locked those brakes up because he went last minute, right into there. And I was like, okay. This guy was lost. Like, you can tell it's first time, but a little annoyance. Where was that? So she went down to Arizona, right? To this lower elevation. Now it's hot. It is hot. Like, she was telling me it was 100 degrees already in like March, April, or March, something like that. And I was like, God damn, fuck that, keep that shit. Like, they got like a dusting the snow like in, I don't remember, like January, just February, December, somewhere in that range. And it's like, whatever. But it's like, there's benefits in that, right? I know she wasn't as in much pain. Her lungs felt a little bit better because air is thicker down there, and it's not as. I mean, my town is 5,700 feet in the air. Like, the average elevation in Wyoming is over a mile. That's over 5,500 feet, because a mile is 5,500 feet, right? So that's over pretty much a whole state on average over a mile up in the air, on average. And there's much higher peaks too, like Cheyenne, for example, 6,000 feet. So I do get it, because I mean, even just people driving through the country. I think it was one of our buddies. Was it Donald? Was it Don? Mr. Nickme? I don't know. I just remember one of my buddies drove through Wyoming. He's like, dude, I fucking got sick. I had a headache. Just driving through. I mean, it's elevation. If you ain't used to it, it does hit you like a fucking truck. I mean, you may think you're in shape, you get into that elevation, you have a hard time breathing. But, so I got it, right? I completely understood her reasonings, even though I just didn't agree. Especially as being a private attorney, like, I knew how, she has some of my stubbornness, although, I say my stubbornness, because like, it's a fraction of what I am, so, it was easier for me to monitor her, because my brother was also there, right? So I could easily ask him, hey, what's going on, Mom, right? She's not telling me something, what's going on? It was easier for me to do things with her being in my space. And then down in Arizona, I'm like, I had to rely on her then telling me things, which more than likely she's not going to tell me, because it makes her feel like she's a burden. Like, I got told so many times she felt like a burden to me, even though I never implied she was a burden. Yeah, I paid her way. I paid all her bills for 3 years, and that was about 30 grand. There's a chance I may get that back. There's also a big chance I'm not getting any of that back. Yeah, I mean, did it hurt that it was? I'm not gonna lie, giving up, about 10 to 12K a year on her hurts, but I was in a position to do it. On top of all the other money I was saving. Like, yeah, keep that in mind. Like, I had $7,400 in cash on hand to pay for his vet bill with no debt. On top of giving her the 10 to 12K, well, I mean, over the months, right? That take care of her needs. So I was in a position to do that. A little bit of luck, sure, responsibility, but I've also had a lot of bad luck in the last 3 years too. So it was just, I don't know how I managed to do it, but it worked out. But I never took out anything. Never told her anything that implied that she was virgin, because her moving in, I already knew what I was signing up for. Like, it wasn't like, oh sure, just come move in, I'll be peachy. Like, and I also get blindsided, like, oh, you need $1,000 to $1,500 a month. Oh shit. I was like $800 to $1,500 a month, but yeah. And all the common illness took her down this time, all because she just, I don't know. I don't know if she just wasn't aware of it because she's so used to being in pain, or she just didn't care and just let it linger. Because it had been, according to the doctor, it had been there for a while, and it became septic. So, and common illness. I'm not going to specify because, well, it doesn't really matter. But it was easily avoidable. All she had to do was just accept her circumstances, which she never really could do. And I understand why. Like, she kept telling me, I'm 52, this is not fair. Just accept it and adapt to it. But also, her dying, this death, all this is proven to me, is like, I literally know nothing. Nobody teaches you about when somebody dies, what you need to do. So this is going to be a learning curve. Now, it's going to be good. I mean, I'm not going to say it's going to be an adventure worth it, because I'd rather not have time to do this, but the knowledge we get from this will be worth it in the long run. Because more than likely, either I can apply to myself, for example, having a will, having everything more organized, whatever, or like family member could die, a sibling member could die, well, family, sibling, same thing. Somebody could die that I need to take care of, or something. And it's better to be blindsided early on in my life, because I am only 32, than be blindsided 50, 60 years old and not know what the fuck to do, because I'm not experienced. Especially as you start getting older, you generally start getting dumber. Your body starts hating you, pretty much. But there's also some changes coming up in my life too that's gonna be showing up on the channel. But I figured I'd let you guys know, because a lot of you guys, for some reason, like following this journey, as you guys call it, and life is and death is part of the journey. It's part of life. Life is beautiful, but it's also cruel. But anyways, you guys stay safe out there. Catch you next time. Bye.